Yeah. Awake and bake, yeah?
In the end, I think this came out pretty sick.
Coffee in my left hand, got the vape up on my right. Barcelona sunshine, Mediterranean breeze.
Yo, welcome back to Urban Street 420. I'm your host, Fordee. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I customize the IH 3.0 that you saw in the beginning of the video. But by movie magic, it hasn't happened yet, right? I've got the blanks right here. In fact, I've got two face plates, and then I have two side plates. I do not have the one plate that goes on the front right here. So it's going to be missing that, or I'm going to have to paint the one that's on here, but I haven't taken it off yet. So I'm going to paint these. The thing is, these are wood composites, right? And they're glossy on one side, so we have to sand first. Let me talk about the tools that I'm going to use for this project, and I brought everything out that I think I'm going to need. We'll see. If something changes, I'll let you know. You're going to need some dish soap, and the reason we're going to use the dish soap is it's going to be used as a resist for paint later. I'll explain what all that means. I'm going to use this cutting board for what I'm sanding, but you don't need a cutting board. You could use whatever you want. I just want to keep the mess in a certain place, you know what I mean? You're going to need some painter's tape, right? What kind of painter's tape you get is entirely up to you, but the idea is to cover the back of these. Now, it really only matters on the side pieces because on the face plates, they have a sticky backing, and technically this is going to act as painter's tape because it's covering a sticky thing and we can peel it off, etc., right? You're going to need some sandpaper. 80 grit's a good idea, but you could use 120 as well. Don't go lower. Don't go with a 40 grit or something like that. That's too crazy. And obviously, probably don't go with higher than 120 grit. You're going to need some paint. I am going to use 3 different colors of paint. There's 2 of these. That's because I think this is almost, well, both of them are almost done. But these are the same color from 2 different brands. We'll try to just use one of them, but I brought them. This is a fluorescent green. I've got white, and then I've got black spray paint. Obviously, you don't need a thing of caps, but I have a lot of art supplies because I'm an artist, by the way, guys. So my house looks like an art store. I have a couple hundred cans. I have hundreds of bottles of paint. So, okay. And by the way, I'm doing a piece for one of the followers. I'll show in one of the videos when it's fully done, but it's almost done. So if you're looking for something, go check out can'tstopart.com. That's me. I'm a painter, huh? Anyways, so first things first, I'm going to grab this cutting mat, and it's all warped because my art supplies have been through some things. I do have other ones, but I'm using this one because this is kind of a throwaway. So the first thing I'm going to do is put this down so that we could sand these puppies. Because if we don't sand them and we apply paint to these, the reality is because they're glossy, the paint, even though it will apply at first, at some point it will flake off or chip away or whatever. You could grab yourself a little bit of water, so you're doing a wet sand, but we are just going to get in there. I'm going to stop talking. Let's go to the other camera. I think you could see over there, and I'm just going to give a light sanding to the top of these surfaces.
Ain't
I'll see you over there.
Rushing around this motherfucker except the thieves. Wake and
All right, I think that's good. If we look at this, the whole surface is scuffed up. We don't need to do the sides, and the reason we don't need to do the sides is if you look at the IH 3.0, at no part can you see the sides of the wood, right? So unnecessary to paint that. I'm going to go ahead and put this down, and let's continue. I'll stop talking. I'll speed this up. Let me go through the rest and make sure they're all sanded.
Barcelona state of mind, coffee in my left hand.
I just finished sanding, and I thought we really need to paint this piece. And in the reality is, I have to take these pieces off anyway to install the newly painted ones, so let's do it correctly. So, first things first, we're going to take out the insert. Slide this up slowly, carefully. You know, don't do this really hard. It's made out of glass. You don't want to break it. Put this off to the side. Next, we're going to take the back cover off because we want to take the batteries out. Don't do this with the batteries in, right? I'll take the batteries out. We'll put them off to the side. I'm also going to leave the back plate off. We'll put that off to the side. Now, in order to take this apart, you're going to need a heat gun. I've never done this before, but I saw a video from Bing's Buttery online, and he had taken one apart, and that's what I'm following. He used the heat gun. Now, the heat gun's really powerful, at least this one is, right? So don't put this on high and leave it in one place. You'll end up melting the wood, right? Or composite. So light passes over this, and you're going to need some type of tool to pick this up, right? Because it's held in by 3M adhesive. That's really powerful, right? This is an X-Acto blade, but this is made out of plastic. It's not actually metal, so I figured this would be good to go get in there. Use something else if you have something else, right? So let's go to the other camera. Let's do this, baby.
Got the vape up on my right. Sunlight on the plaza, blue water in the breeze. Everybody moving slow except the thieves. Sun hit the plaza, now the whole thing alive. Birds sound like they throwing little parties in the sky. On Cafe Con.
All right, jeez, what a pain in the ass to take this off. And it was a combination of tools. I broke the plastic blade on this, no big deal. I have this mini tool set, right, with different Torx, Star, Phillips, flathead, etc. But it also has these little picks. And what they're used for is to get into phones and all other types of electronics and stuff. So I use this, but the problem is this heat gun heats up hot. So number one, this device is still hot from the heat gun, right? So when I put these little chips in there to wedge in there, because the idea is it has to get hot, and then you have to start lifting it. It doesn't want to lift. So it was a combination of using this. I put this X-Acto blade in there, but I think that was a mistake. But you have to use more than one thing to start picking this up. So this created a little space, and I think ideally 2 of these, wedging, some patience, and then be careful with the amount of heat you apply. So yeah, anyways, only time I've ever done it, and it's a pain in the butt. So let's pull off this adhesive that's right here. Let's go to the other camera, huh? So this is the adhesive right here, and it comes off because obviously we applied heat. But if you notice, if you're having any trouble getting this adhesive off, just apply some heat to the backing and you're good to go. All right. So technically I could paint this piece as well, but the reality is this piece is not going to have adhesive on the back. So I would have to put my own adhesive if I repainted this one. I'll move that off to the side, and I think I am actually going to paint it. Now, I'm going to need Torx screws, right? Which is why I brought this over here, because inside here I believe there's well, I don't know how many, 6 T6s, right? So I don't know which one is the T6, but let's find it. I think it is here. All right. All right, I've got this off. Let me explain the problem that I ran into. Let's go to the other camera. So I don't know if you can see, but these posts right here, which are next to where the coil is, if you take this tip, the Torx 6 tip on my tool, and you put it, notice it stops right there. I had to press this in there hard, and what that did is it stripped a little bit right here, and that's because of the thickness of my tool, right? Not the first time I've heard that. Anyways, I've got jokes. Now that this is off, I think it will be easy to remove this part, which it is, right? I think it just slides off. Yeah, it just slides off. So we've got this piece off. We could take these other side pieces off as well. And by having all this off, we're ready to go once this is painted and good, right? So to take this off, let's go to the other camera. I'm doing it without talking, right? So this just slides up. It just slides into place. So you pull this off. The same thing was true for this piece right here. And also this. All you have to do is slide up, right? There's no glue or adhesive holding this into place. So now we could go ahead and then sand the other pieces, and let's get this going, baby. Oof. All right, they're sanded. Let's go ahead and grab a paper towel, some isopropyl alcohol that will get all the dust off of these pieces so we can move to paint, baby. And what I'm going to do first is just give them a white coat of paint, and the reason we're giving the white coat is so that the colors pop, right? You could skip the white coat of paint if you're going dark, and you could paint it whatever color you want, right? But for the technique I'm going to show you, we're going to want the colors to be vibrant, so I'm going to go ahead and put a white layer of paint first on all of the pieces, actually. And then we'll talk about paint patterns, because now we have more than one set that I could paint, so I think we'll do them different. We'll use the same technique, but with different colors.
Man, take your time, because my vape's best friend is a fresh-ass grind. Birds chirping to
All right, we've got the pieces cleaned up. I've got a paintbrush right here. I've got some white paint right here. And I should have some water, but yeah, I'm just going to go in here pretty quickly. It doesn't have to be perfect, and I'm going to get paint on my hands. That's okay. I'll go ahead and wash them. Remember, on the back of this has that sticker, so I don't have to mask it, actually. And on the other pieces, technically, I don't have to mask it either because no one's going to see it as long as we're careful about what we do with the paint, right? All right, so the second one's done. All I'm doing is painting this white. In fact, let's go to the other camera. I'm not looking for super even coverage. If you notice any brush streaks or maybe one part's a little darker than the other, that's okay, right? We're not looking for perfection here. We're just looking to make these pieces white so they accept paint easier, right? And I'm looking which side is the front of this. I mean, this fucking happens all the time. get fucking paint over everything. Fucking up my shirt.
Lean back in my chair, take a breath, take a pause. Then I stop and think, did I just see a fox? Then a chica came running in some yoga pants. Half the plaza lost track of whatever was planned. Madre mia, I ain't even gonna lie. Even grandpa looked up from the paper that time. Whole damn square suddenly interested in fitness. Everybody watching like they're conducting business. Pancakes, waffles, eggs and hash. One more hit and brunch might turn into tomorrow. GMO, sure banger. Cushion mints, too many damn choices for a man like this. Mediterranean olives, tomatoes, THC. If that's not breakfast, don't explain it to me. Sun climbing higher, everything aligned. Another sip of coffee, another rip, another beautiful time. Wake and bake, Barcelona, state of mind. Coffee in my left hand, vape in my right. Sunlight on the plaza. Blue water in the breeze. Ain't nobody rushing except the thieves.
In the end, I think this came out pretty sick. But before I show it to you, let's talk about some of the things I experienced on camera and off that will help you if you decide to do this yourself. Number one, paint buildup. When you paint, obviously, you're creating layers, thickness, etc. There's lips on this wood, so when you slide it into the piece, if there's paint buildup on one of these edges, it's going to be a pain to slide in. So you might have to use your fingernail, go in there, you might have to sand this little lip. Let's go to the other camera so you can check it out. So on every edge, there's a little lip, right? And again, that's so it slides into place because there's no glue or anything on the backing of this, right? So just be careful with paint buildup. Another thing you saw in the video is I used a clear liquid mixed with glitter and I painted it over the lines. And then I sprinkled glitter on top. The idea was to add a little shimmer to the piece, and it did do that, but not exactly the way I had planned. So I probably would omit that step in the future. The other thing is this, is that because there's paint buildup on here and I did this stuff with the glitter, there is texture now. So when you touch this piece, by the way, it's not a smooth surface, so be aware of that. If that would bother you, don't do this. Number three, you didn't see this step, but the final step was heat-resistant varnish. I sprayed the pieces with this because this can handle temperatures up to 700, so it should keep things good to go. The reality is none of the paint is touching the heating element. It's not that close. There's an insert separating it. So adding this layer is just another layer of protection. But yeah, this thing looks really cool. Let's go to the other camera. And I brought my black light. I don't know how well it's going to show because I have lights on me. It's the daytime, that kind of stuff. But let's go to the other camera. So this is the piece. I think it came out pretty sick. The paint is fluorescent, so it reacts to UV light. If I take this UV flashlight, hold it a little away, it's really powerful, so it's probably going to blow everything out. But you're going to see how the paint reacts to this UV light. Super sick. Now, one other thing that you might want to take note of is the faceplate with the adhesive backing. When you apply this to the top of the unit, you need to put force. Put your weight behind it because you're really trying to get it to stick. And it fits perfectly, so you really have to push in there. If you have any paint buildup on the inside, right, on the inside of this, let's go to the other camera so you can see what I'm talking about. If you have paint buildup on the inside, you need to fix that before you go ahead and try to press this on. Because if there's paint buildup, it's not going to be snug, right? So keep that in mind. I do have an almost extra full set right here, which includes backing on this. If anybody wants this, it's yours. You just have to pay for shipping. I'll go ahead and put this down. I do have another faceplate that doesn't have backing, and if you want this, same thing. If you want it, take it. Just pay for shipping, huh? Anyways, guys, gals, everybody, I hope you like this video. And by the way, the track that's in this, the music track that's in this video is my track. It's going to come out in a little bit. I thought I would tease a little bit more. Anyways, guys, gals, everybody, I hope you like this video. If you did, please like, share, comment, subscribe. You know the deal, baby. Till next time, I'm out.